working today, as in I'm not in clinic today. Nurse Aisling is in the Clonakilty clinic today. Nurse Debbie is in the Newbridge clinic today. And I touched briefly yesterday on something that I am hoping to set up possibly over the weekend in relation to lobbying the government and our TDs, etc., for a grant to be able to help people on medical cards or PRSI contributions towards the services that me, Browtique Ireland, and my nurse affiliates can offer people who've had cancer in the past. So I'm going to talk more about that in a second. So what I'm hoping to do is to formulate a template for any family member to be able to access by emailing us. We'll send it out to you, and either yourself or your family member for you can actually lobby on your behalf to the government to see if we can actually get some sort of a grant towards the eyebrow microblading with Browtique Ireland and my nurse affiliates. We're all nurses, every single one of us. And Heather Humphreys announced last year that she was giving a grant of €500 annually towards a wig for people with alopecia. And I feel that it's time for us now to actually step up to be able to make our voices heard so that our cancer clients can have their eyebrows tattooed on with us. So quite a number of years ago, I reached out to Leia Healthcare because I had contacts, and they afforded me a meeting 6 years ago. And because me and my affiliates are deemed safe practitioners, they rolled out a rebate for clients who've got cancer and their members who've got cancer or have had cancer in the past, so that they can actually give them a rebate towards our fees. In the early days, it was only a very small amount, but in the last 12 months, it has really stepped up, and it's very dependent on your plan. VHI, now I need to talk about VHI in a minute. Their cover is not so good. To date, anybody who's got a medical card have been excluded from our services, and I just find that terribly sad. To think that the government have recognised that something needs to be done in relation to clients who've got cancer, and that they can help them in relation to €500 grant towards a wig, and clients with alopecia also. And that, in my experience to date, is that the clients have said that, yeah, the wig was incredibly important, but losing their eyebrows was far more devastating to them. So I feel that we need to lobby the government and let them know how important eyebrows are to people who've had or are currently undergoing cancer chemotherapy, who just can't afford our private service. And they might know it to date. And I remember when I met Leia years ago, they didn't understand the importance either. I find that all the wig clinics and wig shops and wig retailers, they're all private. They're private businesses as well. So in order to actually get our voices heard, we need to be able to lobby. And here's the deal, guys. I'm only one voice. In fact, I'm one of 4 fabulous nurses who works under Browtique Ireland. I'm going to lobby our local TDs here over the weekend, Holly Kearns and Christy O'Sullivan, and help to get our voices heard in the Dáil. And we will make up a template letter for you or your family to send it in on your behalf. Because unless we do that, my letter with our 4 nurses' signatures on it is only one person. So they need to know that this is something that needs to be heard. And if you don't do anything about it, nobody's going to do anything about it. And I can't do this on my own. So, So what I'm going to do over the weekend is we're going to formulate this letter. We'll put it into a template, get your family to reach out to me here at info@browtique.ie, and I'll send you the letter, and all you have to do is put in your signature down at the bottom of it and get posting, because you can't be sitting back waiting for everybody else to do it for you. And you don't have to do it yourself. Anybody who's had a recent cancer diagnosis, they're up to their tonsils and they need somebody, they need an advocate, and I can't do this alone. So if you're watching here and you've got a medical card holder and you just want to get cracking yourself before, in the meantime, I just advise you to Google, what was it called? The Treatment Benefit Scheme that Heather Humphreys launched last year for the €500 grant for the week. And you will get email addresses there. And then I suggest then that you get onto your local TD, you get onto gov.ie, and you just stress the point that how is it that, that you're not, that you're exempt from having your eyebrows tattooed, and that it will give you so much more confidence. And it does, you see, that's the thing. Our clients tell us that all the time. And that we're nurses and we're already, people get rev.ie rebates.